Hello, and welcome back to our weekly podcast here where we talk about games and whatnot. Uh, Today we got a good show going on for you today. Trying to get some of this stuff figured out. We had some last minute people come in. I greatly appreciate that. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves there. Mike, you go ahead and take the mic.
What's up, guys? It's Mikey again. At Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. I'm Mad Mike. You just look me up.
Mr. Frank, I believe it is again.
Yes, sir. My name's Frank. Twitter's FWTella. Instagram is RCG _ Pokemon TCG.
Yeah, if you don't know, guys, he was actually on our pilot that had to be removed. So, like, episode 1 of the original. Yeah, he was here with us. He has his own little card shop over, in outside of Charlotte?
Yeah, right outside of Charlotte. We got a card store. We've got a video game store, card store. Pretty much anything that has to do with having fun.
And then our guest for today is Brett. He joined us last minute. He's kind of our Far Cry expert. So go ahead and talk to us for a little bit about yourself, Brett.
What's up, guys? I'm Brett. You just call me Mr.Steel. That's my nickname. Big Superman obsession. And he is correct. I am a Far Cry aficionado. I've played all the games. I am super excited for New Dawn. And I'm currently in the middle of my third playthrough of Far Cry 5.
Like I was saying before in our little group chat, I think I played a little bit of the one that you wake up with cancer or something, that you gotta get the
Far Cry 2.
Yeah, see, that's the only one I played 5 minutes of it.
Bro, you gotta try 3. This sad thing is 3 and 4 are pretty much the same exact game with different storylines, but that's what I love most about it, is that you already know exactly what you're getting into. You already know exactly what to do. There's no confusion, no trying to learn stuff.
Okay. I might pick it up. There's a couple more games coming out that we'll talk about later that I'll be looking forward to. But right now, you better grab your Wookiee and listen up to Mike. He's going to take us on our Nerd Hyper Jump Minute.
All right, guys. So quite a few subjects today. But let's start. SNK Esports Initiative has been launched. It's pretty much them supporting higher tier players in the tournament scene to get to venues of tournaments. They'll provide funding for travel and lodging. Hulu has dropped its prices to compete with the Netflix raise. Street Fighter Cross Tekken is making a big comeback in the tournament scene. The Chinese New Year event for Overwatch, the Lunar event, is now in year to pig. It has started officially as of Thursday night and ends February 19th. State Grand Order Babylonian Order 7 has dropped a teaser, so if you're into the Fate Grand Order series, check it out. Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans is getting a spin-off, so check out that trailer. It's very interesting. There's also a new Studio Trigger anime in the works. So if you are a fan of Studio Trigger, such as Kill la Kill or Gurren Lagann, check them out also. Dawn of the Deep Soul, a Made in the Abyss movie, is also dropped the trailer, so go check that out. And our last little bit of news, sorry everybody, no Candy Hearts this year. Neko has gone out of business. And that's it.
All right, I appreciate it, Mike. Taking us from that little journey through anime and a little bit of television.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm pretty sad about that whole Neko thing because, I don't know if y'all are. I'm 38 years old, so I'm old enough to know about Neko wafers. I don't know if y'all are.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, Neko wafers. You know what I'm talking about, man. They tasted like chocolate. They were so goddamn good.
Well, not just that. It is, looking back, we've always had the hearts around. It was one of the big things when we were kids. I mean, it was Futurama, for crying out loud.
Oh hell yeah, man! Messenger heart. That was how you told your crush that you had a crush, man.
Yep.
Well,
And that's how you got denied, man. to give
Oh.
it back.
speaking of little sleeper crushes, did y'all hear that there's a new esports coming up?
No.
A new league?
No, there's a new esports. I give you one guess what it is.
Well, I already know this, so you guys
Tennis.
go ahead.
All right.
Tamagotchis.
And it's farming simulation.
Oh my goodness! Please.
No,
Wait, doesn't Xbox have like a farming simulator like 23?
I have no idea. This is like something that came up on the news like 3 days ago, and there's going to be a 250,000 euro prize pool for this.
What?
Apparently, in Switzerland, Germany, Poland is very, very popular.
Wow.
So all that time we could have been on Facebook, practicing up on that Farmville. Back
All right,
in
so
2009.
wait,
2010.
My fiance just brought this up for me on her phone. Farming Simulator 17 on Xbox One.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like they had some like in 2018 they had a couple European like tournaments. I don't know how the game works out, whatever, but there's only a prize pool of like 2,800 euros. So
Which is still for a farm simulator. That's
amazing.
Pretty, wild on its own.
yeah, which I'm trying to actually do the conversion, which is $3,000.
Yeah,
It's $3,000.
2,800 euros.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's a pretty big $250,000 or a euro prize pool for 2019. That's pretty
Yep.
big. It's a competitive 3v3 mode. I didn't know it was competitive.
How the hell do you compete in a farming thing?
Multiplayer.
I don't even know the aspect of the game to start off with.
I don't either.
I'm gonna do some research and come back next week with some information for you.
I'm down for that 100% because, like, how do you compete in a farming simulator? Like, oh, I got more corn than you did.
Well, I think it might be like a gross profit, but just think about this: like, how much more is that stock on that game's going to go up?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Simulator
I
When you
wonder
look at
pretty
what
popular.
DLC for it,
who's supporting the prize pool? Does it say that it's like is it like sponsors supporting prize pool or game developer itself or game council?
It's a competitive pro league. The developer Giant Software, so the people that develop
Okay.
it.
Wow.
Yeah, and
I
it's
gotta
like-
look into this.
Well, I'm looking at it right now. The Farming Simulator 19 for PS4 is $50. And
but
there's
they are also
What was
very,
it? What
very
was the
thorough.
release for it? That's like 2019, not like the 19th version of the game. I assume.
released November 20th, 2018.
Okay, yeah. So
Well, yes, it's 2019.
Yep.
Yep.
But like, what in the world?
who would have
Like-
thought?
Yeah, I mean, sleeper right there, man.
Well, let me ask you guys this: have you ever seen the Goat Simulator on Xbox?
Yeah, it got pulled off of Steam to go over to the Epic Store now.
Epic, yep. We were talking about that on our now deleted podcast, right?
The Epic Store, yep.
Yeah, well, it's not deleted. It's just that we can't really promote it.
That's fine.
But yeah, that was like one of the first things that got pulled or was announced to get pulled from the Steam store to go over to Epic, which
Was the Goat Simulator?
yeah, which if you go look at their store Epic, they only got like 12 games. So, I mean, I downloaded it, but I never got it running. So whatever.
Yeah, I haven't even touched it, honestly.
But so yeah, that's kind of weird that something like that. I mean, I guess if you're into that game, you would know more about it and how competitive it is. But here, I don't think it's really that big in North America.
Not at all.
No, but like that's one of those things I don't think people understand how like competitive games like Beyblade is, like Walmart toys. You know,
Yeah.
it has a huge competitive scene around it.
You know, it's the same thing with like Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic the Gathering too. I mean,
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh is not a cartoon that much anymore, but my God, man, that card game is still played hardcore.
Yeah, I mean, I went to my local car shop the other day to get some sleeves, and I used to be a big Yu-Gi-Oh person, and the
Me
rules
too.
have changed so much. And I'm like, yeah, I'm
Dude,
good.
it's horrible.
Well, I'm sitting next to about 2.4 million Yu-Gi-Oh cards right now, so I know quite a bit about that game as well.
I used to have a whole bunch of cards, and they changed all the cards, and all the old cards became worthless, and like I couldn't take it anymore. It was like Magic the Gathering, how they changed all the rules, and everything just became crap.
Well, you know, now Magic, like you can play different formats of the game at different stores. You know, you can play Modern, you can play Commander, you can play, you know, Legacy, you know, older versions of the game. They have different leagues for everything.
Yeah, true.
I'd love to give it a try again.
Well, and that also brings us to our next point we had discussed that we wanted to bring up is that a lot of people doesn't realize you can completely just nerd out with your kids without a TV.
Oh, absolutely.
You know? Like there's stuff nowadays, and that's becoming even more popular, is like the Magic, the Pokemon, Beyblade, even Dungeons and Dragons is now becoming more mainstream.
Absolutely.
I mean, I
And
just broke the news to my kid the other day that our local VR store is down, and he's like, "Oh man!" But now we got his bedroom, and then he's got another room in the house that's full of Hot Wheels.
Nice,
and
nice.
you remember
Every boy should
back
grow up
in
with
the
Hot
day we
Wheels.
had those-
Every boy, every child, doesn't matter boy or girl, every child should grow up with Hot Wheels. It's like a rite of passage.
Exactly. And you remember those giant tracks we had?
Oh yeah.
Those plastic things that were death traps when your mom hit you with them?
Hell yeah, man.
You can't do that anymore
Yeah.
now, guys.
The little whips, the little whips.
Yeah. I mean, stuff like that. You do not need a TV. Get your kids involved in stuff like that. And I've been doing Dungeons and Dragons for quite a while now. I've been doing Magic for a very long time. Pokemon, I remember back in like 98, I used to go up to what was EB Games at the time, and they had the Pokemon League.
Yep.
Simple stuff like that you can get into without having to have a console. And that's what I'm trying to put
yeah,
here
not only that, it's a
a
little bit cheaper to get into. Obviously, the deeper you get into it, the more expensive it's going to get. But you know, without having like an actual real in-depth game, you know, you look at these things and, you know, if let's say it is, you know, cars, they're putting something together. If it's card games, they're reading, they're doing the math, you know, it's a little bit more mind involved, not so much of just
exactly.
not so much of just, you know, okay, I have to do this to get this reward, but you know, oh, I can actually see if I don't do this correctly, it's not going to go together correctly.
Yeah, and I'm a huge advocate for getting your kids into card games and getting into board games. Because one, with the
Absolutely.
board
Board games,
Dungeons and
absolutely,
Dragons,
man.
Yeah, my kid plays like Monopoly like every other night.
well, it's not just Monopoly. There's stuff like Catan and Arkham Horror and stuff like that, where it gives your kids these opportunities to problem solve and work out issues in their head and with you.
Yeah,
So
take a look at
literally-
the
Yeah.
Discord. Look at that. That's his playroom.
That's awesome.
See, and that's perfect. I mean, oh, what was it? There's this one. I think it was the MythBusters. They did the longest Hot Wheel track in the world, and it went all the way down a street, and they like tested the speed and stuff like that. that's something cool for your kids to do.
Yeah.
You know, just
I mean,
little stuff like that. You do not need a TV.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, as a 29-year-old dad, father of 2 girls, I get criticized sometimes and ridiculed for playing with my Pokemon cards or with my Yu-Gi-Oh cards instead of going out to the bar with the other guys and shooting darts, playing pool, or playing poker with them.
I would rather spend my time and money with my family.
Absolutely.
100%.
Exactly.
And then what? You run the chance of getting in trouble, getting sick the next day, or even worse, DUI.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it at all.
So, I mean, that's like, that just goes with, even if you have a council, even if you have, the TV, the council, and, what happens if the power goes out for a week, living up north for a while after, I lived in New York for, all my youth, if the power went out for a week due to a snowstorm or an ice storm, like, what are you going to do? Oh no, the TV's gone. We can't play PlayStation anymore, Mom.
Speaking of which, the reason why Jay isn't on the podcast right now is that he's actually going through a snowstorm as we speak. He said his power is going in and out. He barely has signal. So if we haven't heard of him next week, we'll send in the Coast Guard.
Absolutely. Everybody grab your shovel.
Yeah. But going on to our next topic here, and this has actually been kind of like very much triggering me lately, is that these freaking search...
Trigger warning.
Yeah, it's these search engines. And like what the story goes is that last weekend I got a new computer. So upon booting up my computer, I was getting all the drivers for everything I need to install. So now, like, every time I watch a video, it's something about either my Yeti mic or my SteelSeries headphones or something I already have because I just Googled it. And then, not even talking about the TikTok ads. Oh my God, would that stop?
Fuck TikTok. There's my PG-13 F-bomb.
But seriously, it's like anytime I watch, like, I've been watching the highlights of the League Pro Series, and it's either TikTok, SteelSeries, Yeti, or make your own website. I'm like, dude,
Razer keyboards.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I already have all this stuff, so quit going through my search engine. Quit making my data public for these like acronyms to like just send me new stuff that I don't need to buy.
I would.
It.
I want to challenge a few people, even the people listening right now. Go on eBay and search for something that you would normally never search for. Maybe spend 20 minutes searching for it. And then the next week, just take a look at what your advertisements are on your Facebook or your Twitter or, on anything.
It's so frustrating.
And it will change. It will change. I was looking up high-end apartments, and I just for maybe like 30 minutes. I fell down the freaking rabbit hole, man. And for 30 minutes, I was looking at high-end apartments. Next thing I know, I'm scrolling through my Facebook, and it was like apartments in Wisconsin, apartments in Los Angeles, apartments in Las Vegas. I'm like, are you kidding me? It was on like Apartment Finder.
Even worse is that last week for the podcast, I was looking up the weighted blankets, and guess what? My search was 3 days later.
What's that?
Weighted blankets.
Oh no, not weighted blankets.
Like there was one that like I was like, okay, let me go see how much this is, and I can send a link to Jay. $3,000. I'm like, pfft.
Yeah, targeted advertising is a huge business if you think about it. So when
it's
you
a huge
go to
problem.
It's a huge problem, but it's also a huge business. So stuff like Google, Bing, Yahoo Search, all this is going to share your results confidentially with their target advertisers, and you're going to get that stuff. Like
Confidentially attached to your IP address.
Yeah.
Still.
Confidentially with the highest bidder.
Yeah.
I was looking for a new shotgun because I hunt. So it took maybe a day to look them up. I'm like, this Remington looks good, but so does this and da da da. Go on my Facebook the next day. School shootings. I'm like, what the fuck? No, stop.
Yeah, that's where the line draws, is like trying to make you feel bad for looking up something.
I've never experienced that.
Yeah.
Maybe I have experienced it, and I just have not consciously thought about it yet.
Yeah, it's just.
And that's just it. They sneak in there.
Yeah, it's like now, like YouTube. Like I can understand YouTube. Like if you search one thing, like I was trying to search how to integrate multiple webcams into the stream, and then like the next 5 things are about like how to up your stream. I'm like, dude,
upgraded webcam, 4K, 3D. Like what? Oh my gosh.
But I just wanted to share that little trigger because TikTok is annoying.
TikTok.
Absolutely.
And yet my niece loves it.
I don't even know what it is. I've got, was it Snapchat, Instagram on my phone, but I don't even use it. Like the most I ever used Snapchat was in the military. We would take a picture of somebody and we had everybody in the unit like added on, and we take a picture of somebody like just in the classroom, take a picture of him and draw a dick either in his hand or in his mouth, and then send it out. That's the only time. Yeah. But other than that, like, yeah, what are you going to do? Look up cam girls like you do everywhere? Like Twitter?
What else would you use Snapchat for other than to draw dicks on people's mouths and faces? Like, I mean,
cam girls. Cam girls are everywhere now. Oh, my God.
Oh, the pay for too. Premium Twitter or premium Snapchat accounts.
Yeah, that's the 2019 stripper. That's called a 2019 stripper. That's exactly what it is. You're going to a strip club, and you're going to pay for a boner that you're not going to get taken care of.
Unless you get to the really bad ones, they get the really ugly stripper.
That's the worst part too. You get them nasty strippers. Like I paid a stripper $1 to go away one time. I'm not even kidding. I'm like, here, go away.
Oh Lord. All right, so but back on the gaming real quick. I saw this other day. I'm not sure, but I know I saw this with Martin while we were playing Rocket League, and I know a couple other games have been kind of dipping into it. But these season passes, and more specifically, they've been talking about this PUBG season pass that's really redundant. I experienced this with League of Legends. They have like basically like, for example, for the World Championship, they had a pass on there that you can get influence points throughout the whole entire time the event was going on, which was stupid unless you need it. Which if you play enough time, you don't need this stuff. But they're just trying to get a little bit more revenue. I don't remember exactly what the PUBG one was about. I think it was like skins or weapons that are really good. I'm not sure.
Call of Duty has the battle pass also for skins, weapons, downloadable content.
Yeah, Tekken even has it for characters.
Yeah, I mean that I can see because I have that for Soul Calibur. I got the 2B for free kind of thing. But like the
if you look at most current games, there's a season pass. So it's one of those ways to nickel and diamond players, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just like I think what it was is like you paid like up front and then it's like a daily charge. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was just like why? Because a lot of people were outraged about it.
Well, I know Call of Duty that like the battle pass is just an upfront fee. Now you can choose to, buy more COD points throughout, but it's just an upfront fee, and then you get all of the downloadable content for free. The map packs, the skins that come with the battle pass, and then obviously they try and bait you with, a couple cooler ones. And, I may or may not have spent, $90 on Call of Duty points for skins. I don't know.
It's ridiculous how we do do that though, like Fortnite and all that stuff. You're paying money. Like a Fortnite skin is $20. $20 for a skin that does absolutely nothing but make you look cool.
But the
Like,
kids need it to be popular in
Oh,
school.
oh yeah, of
100%.
course they need it. They got to have the dances and they got to do that. Like it's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous.
And why do I need it? Because I'm
I
getting
don't
killed
know,
by
man.
a kid that has it. That's why.
That's the worst part about it too. Is we're grown ass men and we're getting slaughtered by children.
Dude, I've actually been talking to my buddy. Like for our store, we want to generate like not a professional esports, but like an amateur 30 years and older competitive gaming league.
I would love to join that. Please tell me. I would. Yes, I'm for that.
I'm gonna
Just
tell you
because
right now, you
I'm
don't
not kidding.
need
Like
to go get it.
in my prime playing Call of Duty game battles, we were high ranked, but this was before it was, actually viable to do, for a career or to do and, make residual income off of.
That kind of stuff was
And
never an option when we were kids, though. Like I'm 38. Like my parents. I grew up. My parents telling me you're never going to make money playing video games. Now there's kids out there, 14, 15. They just won $500,000 playing Call of Duty.
yeah, so,
Yep.
well, and that's why we were talking about, having like an adult league, like even if it's just a strictly online league and not a LAN league, maybe have like one LAN event a year or something. But have a 30 plus, have the old man league, because I don't know if it's my eyesight or if it's my hand-eye coordination, but I can't keep up with an 18-year-old kid.
No, I'm completely down with the OML. OML. OML.
But what like I said, I used to play about 7 years ago Yu-Gi-Oh, and I used to make a lot of money on it. And
and the events are getting bigger.
yeah, and it's more integrated. I like the strategy behind like a lot of these games, but like now the pendulum and what's the blue cards called now? I don't know.
Oh, synchros.
Maybe.
Yeah, links.
Oh
Whatever.
yeah, dual links.
Yeah, I don't understand that concept too much, but I left Yu-Gi-Oh right before Glow Up Bulb got banned, and I was able to sell everything for like $1,200. And
Yeah.
I just ripped I even had one guy meet me at a local mall to buy like a box of commons and everything under super common or uncommon for like $80. So I was like, okay. But then, like, I started getting to the point it was like going to Saturdays to local events with all these smelly people and these kids,
Yes.
which
Yes.
take deodorant,
What-
please. Wear deodorant and take it.
I was actually talking to my business partner at our store when we do our events, our locals events. We're gonna start giving out deodorant at the front door as
Yeah.
a little door gift.
Yeah,
Bro,
because
that's not even a joke. Let me tell you. All right, I'm from Pittsburgh. All right, and we have a amusement park here called Kennywood. Right, it's been around for like 100
Yeah.
billion years, whatever. Right, okay. And there's a ride called the Exterminator where you have to queue outside and you queue inside too, right? And a couple of years ago, I'm standing there with my girlfriend at the time, and all we could smell was BO, like ridiculous amount of BO. And I'm thinking, like, yo, you're coming out to an amusement park in the public in 85, 90 degree weather, and you're not going to think maybe I should put on some deodorant so I don't stink.
I have it worse here. I live in Florida.
Oh gosh, man.
Florida, which is like 70 year round. And these big, like, these heavyset people are coming into a kitchen size 30 by 30 room to play Yu-Gi-Oh. And
What part of Florida?
Jacksonville.
Oh, so what?
Yep.
We're gonna have to talk about what store it is.
It used to be Dan's over off of Blanding, but they moved.
Is it Johnny B's now?
It's some like internet arcade. Quote unquote.
Okay.
But the thing was like, yeah, I would go. Going there was a hassle, and then dealing with people was hassle, and then the owner didn't like that I was making money in his store, which I understand. But hey, I gotta make a living, and then playing in the tournament, he still got money for me. But it's just got to the point where like every week I would have to look at new pricing and stuff, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to get out of it, and I sold everything, and I'm glad I did. My kid watched some of the anime on Netflix, and he was just straight up on like a couple of starter decks, and he just lost interest after that. And now he's head into Rocket League and Hot Wheels. That's his thing.
That's awesome.
Back in 2014, my wife gave me probably the best Valentine's gift ever. She let me go to a fighting game tournament in Chicago, and let me tell you this right now. You want to talk about smelly people in confined spaces. Go sit next to a Smash player.
Oh, God. Those are the worst.
Yes. That is in the gaming league, the gaming leagues or the gaming tournament. Yes, Smash players smell worse than Magic the Gathering players.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure. I think D&D is the highest.
Thinking ahead. No. Let me tell you this right now. The tournament staff thought ahead. They put out Axe body spray, Axe deodorant, and hand sanitizer on every gaming station because of how bad it smelled.
Yeah.
No offense to any of the Smash players listening right now, but I mean,
I think they did that for BlizzCon too, didn't they?
I'm going to say this right now. Yeah, I'm going to say this right now. Smash players, go take a damn shower.
You dirty Smash players.
Well, they smash all the time, so they're going to be sweaty and filthy. They even smash on the bus now.
Phone. Here comes a new challenger. So,
but the last little news thing I want to try to get into right now is this whole Anthem hype or derailment, as it's being known right now. I'm not sure if everybody's heard, but the servers are having a major issue right now handling just the VIP demo testers, whatever you want to call them. And then there's another issue within the game. What have you guys heard about this Anthem thing?
I've heard a lot of stuff that I've seen on Facebook is pretty much that people can't get on. And honestly, I think they didn't expect the load of people they were going to get.
See, and I've heard people saying when they do get on, they're having a good time. It's another one of those loot grind games, so they're loving it. It's the best I've heard it compared is a mix between Destiny and what's that one other game? Destiny and something else. Warframe, and people are loving it. The Anthem guys have responded on Twitter. They are working on the servers. Let everyone know they're even thinking about. I think this is just what I've heard, so it's rumor. They are thinking of extending the little demo they're doing right now.
Yeah,
and
I think Martin's supposed to be getting me a code for that.
Feedback. Yeah, they listen to community feedback, so this one's huge.
Yeah,
they've added a social hub, which they didn't have before. They have put in a social hub. They have shared screenshots of it, so they're implementing it alongside trying to fix the demo. So there you go. That is a good publisher, or a good developer right there when they actually listen to community feedback and give you something like that during a demo, nonetheless.
Yeah, that's the way most video game people should be, honestly. Publishers and programmers and all that. Like, you need to talk to your audience. Like, we're paying $60 for a game here. You really think I want to pay $60 for a bug piece of crap?
Well, the thing too is they got all these, their stockholders they have to make happy. I mean, look at Activision was pretty bad for Destiny 2 because they wanted their stock, and then look what happened last week. They separated. And the only concern I have,
now they're facing a double lawsuit.
Yeah, and my biggest thing is this. Whoa, hold on. Go ahead, guys. I had some loud ad going on. Holy crap, that hurt my ear. But it's EA. EA's controlling this, which kind of has me concerned. I mean, we know EA from all this.
So many debacles.
Yeah, so many from Star Wars. It's not even funny. But it's just. I want to be excited for this. I truly do. But there's a lot of things going on. Like, I covered. I watched a video the other day and I got the website from PC Gamer. Is that there's a tweet out by Mark, which is, I guess, somebody that works at BioWare. Is that let me pull it up, make it bigger. Is that so far? So how's the Anthem doing different from the game? First, we start you off in the middle. There's no tutorials, no pilot picker. Balance is super different. Economy is completely different, and 6 weeks less bug fixes. So they're giving the whole issue with that is that they're giving you a game that they're basically trying to sell to the promoters.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard that the difficulty is different, the controls are different. They made it simple for you, for just in a demo. So, I'm kind of worried about that.
Well, if you take a look at it, right now it is just a demo. There's going to be stuff like this going down. I mean, you remember demos were just the beta version back in our day.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't release it. They didn't release it right then, like most games. Fallout.
Well, even then, like, they're on disc.
Exactly. But if you look at the way demos used to be, you'd get a section of the game.
Mm-hmm.
With this, yeah, they're doing it multiplayer, so there's going to be a few hiccups, like nothing's freaking working. So for them to put in the output of, hey, we know this is happening, we're working on it, and then be like, oh, hey, by the way, you asked for it, here's a social hub.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, it took Destiny a long time to do their stuff, so that's what I'm kind of happy about. There's a couple things also they kind of outlined. It said that gear doesn't level up. The ultimates make you invulnerable for a little bit. Basically, they kind of gave you a layout of how is it going to be. I'm just kind of worried because Destiny 1, we all know I put 1,300 hours into that game.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that, yes, I would like this to be my next Destiny and sink a lot of game time into it. There's also Division 2 coming out, which I played the first one. I enjoyed the first one a lot. I didn't get past the second DLC that came out. But this one looks pretty fun. They even said that you can complete the campaign by yourself.
Yeah. And that's like I'm going to put this out there. A lot of the good games, you can go from playing by yourself to an online component, then back to playing by yourself seamlessly, like they did with the original Destiny and a few of the others. And Brett, you're a Far Cry man, right?
I think he's got himself muted.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I'm here. Sorry.
So,
yeah, I'm
Far Cry. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it, because me and Nightmare here, we're not too familiar with it. So tell us a little bit about it and how that works, and then how's the online and all that.
Well, online, I'm going to be honest with you. Online, I don't know too much about it. There hasn't been too much of a Far Cry online thing going on. But Far Cry is, as most people know, is a first-person shooter. They've always had good storylines and things that have captivated you and got you into it. And I'm not going to lie, Far Cry 4, Far Cry 3 had some titties going on, and so did Far Cry 4. The fifth one has a very real element to it, like the whole Eden's
Now,
cult.
that's the one that took place in America, right?
Yeah, it was a fake town in Montana.
Okay, which one's the one
Okay.
that the lady tries to sacrifice you at the end?
That is Far Cry 4.
Okay.
The best thing about Far Cry games though is they all have three endings. You have a good ending, you have a bad ending, you have a hidden ending. The
Oh,
Far Cry 4 with Pagan Min, you all you had to do was just he tells you, he's like, you just stay right there, I'll be right back. And then you literally just stand there for like 5, 6, 7 minutes. He comes back and he's like, "Oh, great, glad you stayed here." And there you go. You go off, credits end. Blah blah blah. It's the same thing with Far Cry 5. You know, it's in the very beginning. You go to arrest the father, and you just stand there instead of arresting him like you're supposed to. You just stand there, and after like 5 minutes, one cop's like, "All right, look, let's get out of here," and you turn around, you walk away, and credits roll. You know, one of the things I love about
yeah,
this
that's a
series of
decent ending.
games is that it's pretty much all the same. Like a lot of people don't like the same thing in every game, but it's like I said, you know what you're getting into. You know how to do everything. You don't need a tutorial. You don't need information. You already know what's going on. So as soon as the game starts, you know that left trigger aims, right trigger shoots. A jumps. This does that. This does that. And
Yeah.
the newest Far Cry that's coming out is literally a continuation of Far Cry 5, and it's everything I've seen about it, guys. I'm not going to kid you. It looks amazing.
But here's
Absolutely amazing.
with what you said right there, with Far Cry being kind of consistent with the controls. If you think about something like Anthem, where you have flight, abilities, and gunplay, you would think that would be kind of a good tutorial thing for even the demos.
Oh, absolutely. You need a tutorial, especially if you don't know if your controls for the game aren't going to be the basic controls that are everything. Like if you play a shooter, you know that left trigger is going to aim and right trigger is going to shoot, right?
Yeah.
And in most games,
Yep.
like right bumper is going to be a grenade and left bumper is going to be your special or whatever. If you're not going to have those basic controls for a game, you have to have a tutorial because otherwise, what are you doing? You're literally you're playing Mortal Kombat. You're button mashing.
And that's one thing I didn't like when I tried the Soul Calibur beta is that they didn't really say, "Hey, this is how you do your critical edge and then your soul charge." So like the whole entire time I knew how to do my critical edge, but I had no idea how to do my soul charge, which was very simple. So I think that should be like either there's a control scheme that needs to be put up or just something basic as a rundown, like an introduction mission that lets you just sandbox thing something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
You gotta
I
have
mean,
some sort of instruction going
I
on.
mean, Destiny 2 had that, if I'm not mistaken. Like the beta when it first came out, because I got the free Destiny 2, which probably pissed off a lot of people that went free. Um, that the first mission where you get like the people are coming in the cabal is that they tell you, hey, now you have this new ability that allows you to like put a shield up if you're a titan. And I'm like, okay, that's nice. And then like that's as far as I got through Destiny 2, where you get kicked off the side of the planet or whatever it is.
Right.
But I want this to be good because what I've heard is that this is Destiny is a shooter with abilities. So you have your like supers, your grenades, and they change type versus what perks you equip. Now Anthem, from what I've told, is an ability based game with shooter elements. So that makes you think more of a like Destiny mixed with Diablo kind of thing.
Hmm.
And that's the only like kind of like crack I've heard about it in like a different faction that yeah, everybody wants to compare it to Destiny, but this is a ability based game with a shooter element. So I was like, okay, that's good because there's one guy I saw on YouTube that basically is like been the PR tester of this game since like day one, and he doesn't even know all what's included in the game. So, and they told him that there's a lot more that he doesn't know that they've included into the game that's not like microtransaction kind of stuff that would surprise you. So, it's one of those things like I don't want to pre-order it, but I don't want it to wait for it to go on sale. But a large part of me wants to wait till it goes on sale. But when is it going to go on sale? Is the next question.
See, and it's just such an unknown. I don't even think I'm gonna get it. I mean, like Steel was saying with Far Cry, it's such a familiar formula. You know what you're getting into. Anthem just seems like such an unknown that it's like.
Well, it's a new ISP too.
Waste money. Well, that's just it too. They're promoting it in such a way where you don't really know what you're. And if I'm gonna do that, I'd rather spend my money on something I know I'm gonna like.
People are gonna wait to find out if it's good or not, and that's the thing. They got like half the game's not revealed until like launch. It's like okay, but look at Far Cry, look at Kingdom Hearts, look at Resident Evil. They got a history of being good, and they can be like, well, you don't know what's happened in the game, but you know the franchise. I mean, look at the
Exactly. You know the franchise, you know the mechanics, all that stuff.
Well, let's break apart Anthem by the two developers. You got BioWare and you got EA. BioWare, their last one was
and Battlefront.
Yeah. You got the Battlefront 2 and then you got Mass Effect Andromeda. That's not a good past history right there at all.
No. And then you put BioShock Infinity on that. It's like,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, the first BioShock was amazing. Second one's pretty good. And then from there, it went downhill?
In my experience, yeah. I did not care for Infinity at all.
Infinity was a complete and total mind fuck. Like, that's what, like, Infinity was. And BioShock Infinity completely screwed with your mind. It was like a Matrix type of game. Like, it was completely like, whoa, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey for all the Doctor Who fans out there.
But it's just, look at the track record. That's all I gotta say is, like, look at the track record. I mean, I played they released like a demo for Mass Effect Andromeda, and I was like, okay, the game is for $10 on sale right now. Playing this demo, it's not worth $10.
No.
And like I like stealth RPGs. Like the Dungeons and Dragons Neverwinter. I'll pick like a Shadow Assassin or something like that. So in this game, I went for the same thing, and I was still running through like I was a tank. And I was like, this game is so bad. And I never played a Mass Effect game until then. And I was like, whoa. And I've heard so much good about the first Mass Effect.
Yeah, my brother played the first 3 Mass Effects pretty heavily. He enjoyed them thoroughly, except for the end of Xeno 3, which apparently was the biggest dropping point for most fans.
Mm-hmm.
But Andromeda just dropped the ball because, again, you're getting to a spot where it releases in beta. It releases the demo as the actual game.
Okay. Last little topic here that I want to talk about discussion-wise is that this little branch out for a big superstore. You want to go ahead and introduce that there, Mike?
Oh, you mean the Walmart dude?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That also puts out another scene. Walmart is now doing a pretty much an esports now, or as most of the world will know it, a net cafe.
So if
Uh,
in your area, if you don't have these, which I'm quite familiar with it, it's basically you go in, you play games for a set amount of time for how much you pay. And here where I live in Jacksonville, Florida, there's quite a few around here. And everybody knows about the good luck, have fun place down here in Florida. Regrettably, they do know that.
yeah,
But
just just to put it in context for people who don't have it. So you go getting together with five friends. You walk into Walmart. You go back into this little computer area, and you can just play League of Legends or Hearthstone, whatever you may want to play, for a certain amount of time for a certain price. Now, what they're doing is they're putting it up a level, and they're going to host like a weekly tournament, stuff like that. I read a thread where this guy bought a electric kettle during a fighting game tournament. It's like, yeah, well, that's convenient. So pretty much that's what they're doing. It's not too much different from, let's say, a Round One store or something like that, which if you live in the South, you have plenty of. So really, it's a good business strategy for them. I don't see how much it's going to get them into esports area of the world, but it does put them up there as a place to go to nerd out.
well,
And
right,
many communities don't have that.
right now they're only doing like the west side of the United States, so in California, Washington, and Colorado right now.
Yeah,
So
California uh,
probably a
does
big
have
area.
round one stuff like that. It's a big area. More than likely, it is going to expand just because it will net them some money. This is a given,
It's
just because
possible.
they have the equipment, all that stuff.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They're using their own products to do this, so it's kind of like an advertisement for them as well. So like you go in there, you play a game, you like how it looks and feels versus your computer at home. You go to the back of the electronics store and buy that computer. So
Exactly.
it's very
Or they even put out the contest, stuff like that.
yeah. And then like, hey, why aren't you here? Why don't you get the wireless Walmart phone too? Kind of bundle kind of stuff, and then now they're getting your money every month for a wireless provider. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
have you been to one?
To Walmart Lounge?
No, no,
I
no. Like any
They don't
lounge
have
like
them in
that.
my area. Oh, yeah. Back before my local card shop was what it is, and even one before that, we had uh, gaming center there where if you they even did it if you study for a certain amount of time, you get a certain amount of time on the consoles or the computer. So
Nice.
they did it was back when Gears of War and everything was really big. So they had a lot of that stuff, and yeah, it's a really simple idea put into work. It can net you a good amount of cash. Walmart doing it to push their product, stuff like that, I can see working. However, depends on what they allow, what they don't allow.
Exactly. And
Because
then honestly,
yeah,
what areas they take it to?
yeah, the more rural areas are going to have a little bit better of a placement, whereas in urban areas like say New York, Chicago, stuff like that, they already have established places that do it. So it's a matter of, well, do we want to go to our usual spot or do we want to go here?
And
So it's just a
that
matter
bring
of
that brings you to
marketing.
another point too. Is that like here, in Jacksonville, I can go ahead and tell you that you're probably going to put it on the east side by the beach, probably around the Avenues Mall, because anywhere else, like people are going to get robbed. I
That's
mean,
just it. It depends on neighborhood. However, you look in an area like mine where it's heavily rural and my closest Walmart is half hour away.
Yeah, and you probably won't see one.
Probably not. But
Yeah.
then again, we also don't have a net cafe or anything like that, a net lounge.
Mm-hmm.
So you may actually see a good one.
Yeah, you might, and it might bring
really
in more
depending
traffic.
on demand.
And then like here, there used to be a VR center right down the road from where I live at the Orange Park Mall. And then at the Avenues one, they actually have a cafe in there. You go and play games. Down by downtown Jacksonville by the landing, there's Good Luck Have Fun, but right now they're renovating because of the unfortunate stuff that happened almost 6 months ago. They're renovating, so they still have like trivia and stuff like that going on at night, but they don't have any major like parties or stuff like that. But I used to go there on like Monday nights. They used to have free MOBA Mondays, where you go in there, any MOBA you want to play on the computer was free. And the good thing about that is that they had waitresses on staff that would come up to you while you're playing your game on your computer or console, whatever, and take your order. And it could be beer too, as long as you're of age. And it was inside of a Chicago pizzeria, so you got Chicago style pizza too.
Yeah, and with my area, I play fighting games heavily. So what we have is a little group at the university center of our local college, and that's it. If you want to get together and play with people, you got to coordinate it online, or you got to get together and be like, okay, we're meeting up at this.
Like the old days.
Yeah, we have to actually talk to people. Oh my God.
Yeah, I remember those days where
Yeah.
my birthday every year was a bring your console over to my house and we play Halo all night long.
Well, and that's just it too. Also, it eliminates needing to haul your console, haul your desktop, laptop, whatever you got.
Yeah.
So something like this, I can see it being pretty good in certain markets, whereas in others, it's going to heavily flop.
Yeah, I mean they're going to actually do like the numbers before they introduce it, and in some of these WalMarts they probably have to add on or what they're going to take out the garden center.
Yeah.
But it's a nice idea. I mean, it has some merit behind it. So we'll see the numbers here. I mean, it's probably not going to happen for probably until like what, mid-year, second quarter.
They'll probably release test numbers somewhere in March, April. So start of the second quarter, yeah.
But it looks like we actually, I know Mr. Was it Frank lost phone died on him, so he's not with us. And I think Brett might have passed out.
Yep, Brett had to go, so
Yeah.
just me and you right now, and oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's whatever.
But right now, actually, want to go through our currently playing watching list, and I actually pulled up something I've run into is that the Netflix lineup's getting changed in February. They're actually bringing the whole American Pie series and Jaws series. So that's going to be coming on. They're bringing the second season of.
And I got rid of, and I'm a huge.
Say again?
Oh, yeah. So that'll be exciting.
And then what I'm looking forward to, believe it or not, is the Dragon Prince season 2. Have you Dragon Prince season 2?
I have not watched that yet.
It is the same art style and probably voice actors of Avatar: Last Airbender.
That's why I haven't watched it yet.
Why? You didn't like
Not
that?
a fan of that show. Not a fan of that show. No.
Well, this one is more about like I think humans and dragon people hate each other, kind of thing. It's more it's more of a mythic, medieval kind of thing. I mean, it's pretty decent to watch. There's a lot of like sabotage going into that. Um, Honestly, that was like the only thing I remember that stood out for me. 40-year-old virgins coming back on. Um, what is it? Honestly, that's the only thing. A lot of kids stuff like Dolphin Tale too. But as of February, they're gonna be taking off a lot of stuff too. They're gonna take off Shaun of the Dead, Big Lebowski, Born Ultimatum, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider.
Do you hear about Big Lebowski?
Yeah, they're taking that off. They're taking Prawn off on 20th.
No, the dude, the dude himself, the guy from Big Lebowski.
Yeah. Jeff Bridges.
Next installment.
Yeah, he's teasing about it.
He's the next installment.
Yep.
I'm so excited because I love Big Lebowski.
Yeah, I saw that too. Like he did like a teaser. I think he actually did like a picture tease too, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be kind of fun. They're starting to like bring back all the remakes. Like was it I watched? What's I watched the other? I mean, look, Resident Evil 2 came out, and everybody's raving about that.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. No, everybody hated the demo. They thought it was cheeky as hell. But there was ways to get around it. You can make a new user account and just get through the 2-hour little thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't play it. I wasn't.
Personally, I've never been a Resident Evil fan.
Exactly. I liked 4. I loved 4 up until my stepfather saved over my file because I was on my like 5th playthrough, and he saved over it, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm done. Nope, no more.
Nah, I've always been Silent Hill, so.
I never did play that.
Oh, there's Ground Memories was my jam.
Yeah. Well, I was able to play a little bit of Soul Calibur this week and try out the new patch, and I have to say, my character, there's a lot of new combos, and so I'm kind of having fun. I'm pushing, rank C now, so yay.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, I play like a little bit of it.
I've been playing Overwatch quite a bit recently since I've felt better. And oh boy, the meta is steering up something big for that one, let me tell you.
How so?
Well, recently it was announced in the PTR, the playtesting region on computer, that Reaper, the shotgun emo kid, got a big nerf. So a lot of people have been switching to him in anticipation over on console. And I'm a Reinhardt main, so dealing with Reaper shotguns is a little difficult for me because I just absorb damage while he takes the heals from his shotgun blast. So that's been different. I've actually switched over to Lucio to get a bit different gameplay coming. So noticing a lot of Reapers. It's a lot different meta than what it was, let's say, 4 months ago.
I never got into it as much. I had a couple of friends that played it for a little bit, and I saw a couple of streams of it. It kind of reminds me of Unreal Tournament, which I like to play a lot, but it's more like class-based Unreal Tournament.
Yeah, it's pretty much just a first-person shooter MOBA.
Yeah.
Where you get to, instead of protecting pylons or whatever, you get to point A to point B, or you capture points.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I was a real big fan of Unreal Tournament and Unreal Championship. Oh, I love that one for the Xbox. Everybody hated it because they introduced like swords and like melee weapons, but I liked it.
Yeah, new theme they brought back with the Lunar New Year, the Chinese New Year event they're doing right now. It's about Capture the Flag back. So if anyone's interested in that, get on it. It's only here till the 19th, I said. So yeah, get on that. Have some fun with that.
Well, I've been dipping my toes in Season 9 League of Legends, and that's just been a pain in the rear. I mean, it's I'm starting to stir away from like team-based games just for the fact that like you can do well, but the rest of your team could just suck so hard that what you did was
Oh yeah.
for nothing. Um, I think I'm
Yep,
on my
I know that feeling very well.
yeah, I think I'm on my third game so far, and it's just like, why do I still play this game? Well, that's right, because I'm level 95 with all but one character unlocked, and yeah, that's why. But
Yeah,
I've been
I've always been a single player gamer, so you've seen me on fighting games a lot. The main reason right now I'm playing Overwatch is just get those skins and stuff like that from the daily grind. It's To me, it's a little bit of fun mixed in with, oh hey, let's see what I can do with this team. Oh, this guy's just over on his own, teabagging a corpse. Okay.
yeah. It's like I've been trying to keep up with some of the esports of League. I know there's been a lot of Karthus jungle, and a lot of that's been floating around. I know G2's been using that in the jungle lately. I think Korea, SKT Telecom lost a game the other day, and Dame One Gaming and Griffin are actually undefeated 4 games right now. Actually, Griffin's got 6 games underneath them, still undefeated. While the dream team at SKT One is it's kind of falling behind. They lost to Sandbox Gaming. Over in the European side, I believe there's only 2 undefeated teams: G2 Esports and Misfits. G2, as you know, controversial, got Caps as their mid laner and moved their mid laner from last season Perks down to ADC. He's actually not doing bad. He had a pretty good Draven game last time I watched. Over in China, as soon as this link loads, there's only been about 4 to 8 games played, and Invictus Game is the only undefeated team right now, with Fun Plus Phoenix right behind at 6 games, one versus out of 7. And as of tomorrow, NA LCS starts, I believe, tomorrow night with Team Liquid versus Cloud9. And I actually have the official power rankings of the NA lineup, and they of course had TL on top, which they picked up Core JJ as a support. You got C9, 100 Thieves, TSM. Golden Guardians actually moved up from last place to mid tier. They got a lot of good players: Clutch Gaming, CLG, Echo Fox, FlyQuest, and Optic Gaming. Optic Gaming actually got crowned as their mid laner from Korea, which everybody's questioning. Like, was that a troll buy? Did he come over for big money? But we'll see tomorrow. I'm kind of hoping to be able to catch all the games and come back next week and let you know how it looks.
Nice. Yeah, recently for fighting games, we had Frosty Faustines 11 down in Chicago. And let me tell you, first up, you remember last week I wished my friend Mark not to go 0-2 and everything. Thankfully, he didn't. He went 1-2 in a lot of his games. So, he beat that bar. I actually have the results right here. So, for first place, Guilty Gear Zerg Rev 2, we got Uyu Kizzy K with a Sin, which is actually very astounding. Sin, if you don't follow Guilty Gear, he's a dude with a long stick. So, he actually has to eat to regain his special abilities, stuff like that. So that's a good one. Soul Calibur 6, KOA Sandman with Asbro and Siegfried.
Mm-hmm.
Under Night Embers, EXE, latest We got Red Blade with Wagner, which is pretty surprising. He's not that great of a character, and I could actually see like an Ori or a Chaos taking him out, but apparently Red Blade did some work. Street Fighter V Arcade Edition, we got Punk, REC Punk with Aaron and Ryu. Smash Bros. Ultimate, we got UR Earl of M with Lucina. Blaze Blue Cross Tag, we got Kame? I don't know how to pronounce that, dude, sorry. With Mitsu Hyde. Dragon Ball Z Fighters, we got Hook Gang God with Piccolo, Bardock, and Vegeta. Tekken 7, we got Disrupt's Shadow 20 ounce with Claudio, which is really good because Claudio is making his way up the ranks lately, so seeing more of him will be a lot funner. Blaze Blue Central Fiction, we got Dora Bane from BE with Bane, of course. And there was actually Third Strike, Vampire Savior, and a Skullgirls tournament there. So Third Strike was NY Chris G with Yane and Ryu. Vampire Savior, we have VMP Yeti Get a Flame with Sasquatch. With Sasquatch? What? Okay. Skullgirls second encore, we have Fox, The Kill Sage, or Sage, The Kill Sage, with Beowulf and Cerebrella. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, we have NB Dual Kevin with Hawkeye and Dante. That's a pretty good team there. And then for the, let's see if there's anything big in here. Oh, the NMLT Blood Tournament. Yanka Scott Vermillion with Sion Elton and Atlasia. Kino Fighters 14, Setchmo with Angel Geese and Kukri. Chris G wrapping up Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 with Morgan, Doom, and Virgil. That one. Killer Instinct, which not a lot of people play anymore. Wheels FTC won it with Gargos. Injustice 2, we got Burrito Voorhees with Gorilla Grodd and Swamp Thing. And then let's see, anything. Oh, Fighting EX Layer, we have NorCal Gen D with Makoto and Semene. And I'm going to leave it off at that because the rest of the games are pretty much scrub games.
Well, since you're into the fighting game genre, what happened with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite? Like, I just heard it bombed for like the first week.
Well, first up, there wasn't as much support from the community for it because of, one, the characters look terrible. Let's just put it that way. If you're going to have a comic game, make your characters look good. Because that's what MVC is. It's a comic book looking game. Second up, there was a lot of mechanics that just didn't meld great. So it was like, why do this when we can just play Ultimate vs. Capcom 3?
Yeah, that's what is that the thing is that Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is still more popular than Infinite?
Yeah, actually. Infinite still has a following, but everyone, when they're talking when's Marvel, they're still talking about Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yeah, because I that's one games I spent a crap ton of money on because it was still a high price used game for Xbox. And for some stupid reason, it was the most frustrating to unlock all the characters too. Was Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Oh yeah. I hear you there.
I don't know. I don't understand the logic behind how to unlock the characters.
That's just the way that game is.
Exactly.
Man, sorry.
It's like, I remember, like, you would have to leave the console on overnight in training or something like that to get, like, infinite points. And then you have to just keep on going in and out of the store to buy the characters because they're random.
Oh, yeah.
That was That was the most
Yeah.
frustrating about that game. Now, I think I picked it up on Xbox Live. They re-released it on Xbox Live. Once you bought it, all the characters were unlocked. So I was like, yeah, this is definitely worth the money. And then like that crap was hard as hell. But I forgot about the third one, to be honest.
Yeah, a lot of people have.
Well, it's because like didn't shortly after three came out, they came out with Infinite. Well, no, it's actually like
No.
6 years. Never mind.
Yeah, which is another reason why it bombed. Is there was a lot of time in between when so much community support was in three. When Infinite came out, they were like, okay, it's going to be another Marvel vs. Capcom game. We know what we're getting. And it was not. No one really understood or even wanted the changes they put it.
Well, here's a question: what's the difference between Marvel's Capcom 3 and the Ultimate one? Whatever. Why is there two different versions?
Well, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, you have three characters you can choose from. When one dies, you switch to another. If I'm remembering it right. Maybe when one dies, they all die. No, when one dies, you switch to another. It's kind of like the delayed Dragon Ball Fighter Z is right now.
Yeah.
So, and then on top of that, with each character, you have assist. Going to Infinite, it's two characters.
Yeah, I got that, but like there's a Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Fate of Two Worlds, and then the Ultimate.
Oh, that's the original.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. With fighting games, you'll get a lot of this. Like Street Fighter V Arcade Edition came out 2 years after Street Fighter V, just because. Oh, hey, we added DLC. Let's put it on this brand new disc you have to pay $60 for when you already paid for it on the original. It's just their way of nickeling diamond players. That was Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom, except they actually didn't do too much. They just put on the characters and added stages. Infinite, I haven't heard nothing about, just because it fell off.
Yeah, I saw a couple of tournaments and I was like, oh, cool. It's, Marvel vs. Capcom. And it was like two people, Infinity Stones. I'm like, what the hell is this crap?
Oh, yeah. The Infinity Stones were a terrible decision.
What year did that come out?
That came out, I believe, 2015, 2016.
Okay. Wow. So between
Last
Marvel
year.
vs. Capcom 1 and 2, it was a 2 year difference, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then from 3, it was 2011. So that was a pretty big gap. That was 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then what, another.
Well, and yeah, I'm gonna give you a little history of fighting games right now. Between a lot of the games, the resurgence of fighting games is solely based to 2009, when Street Fighter 4 came out. Now there are 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 different copies of Street Fighter 4 you can pick from. One being vanilla, then you had Super Street Fighter 4, then Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, then you had Ultimate Street Fighter 4, and it just this resurgence of Street Fighter in 2009 brought in this giant crowd of people who were like, okay, let's play fighting games again.
Well, Street Fighter
And a
is
lot of
like the
them,
pinnacle and the icon and like the statue of
exactly.
fighting games. Yeah.
But when you look at Street Fighter 5, player base has fallen off to abysmal levels.
Yeah.
Just because of how that game is being handled, stuff like that. I mean, there's even a Capcom recently announced they're going to be doing 3v3 tournaments for Street Fighter 5, wherein one of the teams can ban a character from the other team picking, and vice versa. and it's getting hit with a lot of backlash right now because the fighting game community is looking at it as very divisive and something that's not wholly related to the community.
Yeah.
Whereas you don't ban characters. If you got to play people, especially on team games, you let them pick the character and then you counterpick.
Yeah.
Now, not everyone sees it that way, but that's how it is.
I mean,
But Street Fighter V altogether is such a defensive game anyway that a lot of people are still just playing Ultra Street Fighter 4. I mean, another thing is Street Fighter Cross Tekken is making a huge comeback right now because so many people are upset with Street Fighter 5.
and that's the thing too, is like in a fighter game you don't ban people. Even look at Marvel Capcom 2. How many freaking characters they had, and they could have banned any, but they didn't. Smash,
That's
same
just
thing.
Exactly. There's always going to be a character that's a little bit better than another character. That's how fighting games work. That's why there's different names like that. You learn more than one character to be able to actually compete. A lot, and this is going out into a little bit of politics here, a lot of people are a little too soft
Yeah.
to enjoy competitive play when it comes to fighting games.
Yeah, and that's the sad thing about it. I mean, you. That's one thing. Like, I'm not understanding. Maybe you can help me understand. Like, I really haven't seen Sonic Fox play.
Well, we are just now entering more or less the mid tournament season for fighting games, and it all wraps up come Evo.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll start seeing him more in like SoCal, NorCal. He was at, I believe, Kumite. There's a bunch of tournaments coming on, and especially a guy I know, his name's Big E. He runs a lot of tournaments in the east side of the United States, like Philly, New York, all that stuff. He runs a lot of them tournaments. So you'll be seeing a lot more tournaments popping up. Cover as much of them as I can.
Yeah, I know. Like with the holidays, it kind of did a drag on it, and now we had Kume, and now I've seen more a little bit of Spooky Team Spooky do a little bit more. Which, if y'all didn't see that, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Sophicia won that
when
one.
When you watch stuff like that, those are the home base tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
Like Wednesday Night Fights has them over in California. You go to Next Level Battle Circuit in New York, they have them every week on Wednesday.
Yeah, and that's what that was.
You'll be seeing the home tournaments popping up more. These are the big test running tournaments with the big sponsors, all that stuff. So you'll be seeing a lot of them. Capcom is doing a lot of Capcom Cup stuff. So that'll wrap up end of the year. In this coming up December, there's going to be the Capcom Cup again. I believe Tekken World Series is starting up again. Maybe, I think, either April or May, they're starting up their qualifiers. So stuff like that you'll see a lot more of with the mid-tournament season coming for the FGC.
Yeah, what was it? What I was watching was the top four. I think it was. What was it? You said it was like Game Battle. I think it was.
Next level battle circuit. Yep, they do that every week.
Yeah, I was watching that with was it Ramon, Thermidor, Linkors, and Cyan.
Yep.
And
Ramon. And then you'll see.
Ramon was actually able to take that away with the Sophithia. But I was liking the new combos that Thermidor is doing on Nightmare, so I tried those out myself.
Oh yeah, and back when I first started playing a little more competitively, I'd watch NLDC and it'd be like Sanford Kelly and Smug and all them going toe to toe in Ultra Street Fighter. I mean, I was there for the I watched live the Rico Suave thumbs up. So it, a lot of this stuff you can watch the locals, get an idea of what's going on. Then you go watch tournaments and you're like, okay, this guy's dominating. So just keep an eye out for stuff like that. It is mid-season.
Yeah, keep an eye out on your Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh yeah, definitely. Right now, Honeybee Commander is even throwing a bunch of YouTube videos up in prep for Mortal Kombat 11, where he's like trying out different names and stuff like that on Mortal Kombat 10.
And that's something I enjoyed. What was it? Shadow Realm? I think the studio that did Injustice 2.
Let's see.
I think was
NetherRealm.
NetherRealm, yeah. That's what something
they're the guys who made Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and that's something I enjoyed when they did with Injustice 2 is that whenever a new character came out, they took the development team, broke it down, what their new abilities was, and it was pretty nice how thorough they were with those characters. And
oh yeah,
that's one game I like to watch, but I can't play it at all. Is Injustice 2.
I have it. It's not my favorite. I'd rather play Mortal Kombat X.
Definitely be looking forward to watching some tournaments of Mortal Kombat. I was never a fan of Mortal Kombat, to be honest. I think I played the one that had the open world one. Which one was that one?
Shaolin Monks.
Yeah, that one. I played that one. That was it.
That was a while ago.
Exactly. That was what, like 10 years ago? And that was
about that.
That was a horrible game. Looking back at it.
Oh, it was terrible, but it was fun.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, nothing real too big is hype for me coming out. That's what we're going to be looking at right now is our upcoming hype list. I mean, you of all people know that you're looking forward to Mortal Kombat 11. I was talking about earlier, I might wait off on Anthem. I know Martin's supposed to be getting me a code to try the demo, which I'm like, eh. I mean, Last of Us 2, I'm waiting for that. That's gonna be really good. What's that other game? I can't remember now. I know Mutant. I want to know more about Mutant. I'm not sure if you saw that one. It's an RPG, like this little raccoon rat thing, and it's like if you increase your intelligence, your head gets bigger, and it's kind of like a Ratchet and Clank kind of thing. Biomutant is what it's called, I think. But I want to know more about that. That was kind of like a sleeper coming out. But was it Days Gone? I think it's.
Yeah, other than that.
Other
than that, really, we got Kingdom Hearts 3 dropping sometime next month. Resident Evil 2 dropped today.
Yeah, everybody in our group has been talking about Kingdom Hearts 3. I mean, the Shadow was a. What's that? I can't pronounce it. Sekiro? The Shadow Dies Twice game?
Sakurai.
Yeah.
Shadow Dies Twice, yep.
That's something
and that's from Soft, the guys who did Bloodborne and Dark Souls 1 and 3.
And that's the thing.
With Demon Souls, I believe.
That's the one thing I do like. I played and I actually got stuck on was the Bloodborne. I'm at the lightning boss, the lightning dog, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, Paro.
Yeah, I'm stuck on him.
Yeah.
But
that's fine. He's fine.
You say that now. But yeah, it's a fun game. Bloodborne is really good. I haven't brought it on the PS4 Pro yet, so everybody tells me it's a lot better on PS4 Pro.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
I played through about 90% of it so far. I just gotta get past what's his name? Ludwig.
But there's another game that they kind of gave a little bit more story on. Is that biker zombie one? Fuck.
Biker zombie.
Yeah, you're like a biker, I guess. I can't remember, man. I'm old. Days Gone.
Oh,
Days.
Days Gone.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's the reason why it was biker because on the E3 trailer they had like two people put a rope at the on the trees and clothesline the biker. So that's
Uh,
yeah.
Dude, I've been over zombie games since Left 4 Dead 2.
Well,
Like, just let the genre die.
well, this is more or less like Last of Us, and I really enjoyed that game. It's
I
not,
enjoyed it too, but that's because it was different.
yeah,
Wasn't a focal point of the zombies, you know?
yeah. But the thing too is like my interest got a little bit peaked on the was it the Black Ops because they have zombies in that battle royale kind of thing. I noticed that was
Yeah,
like,
I suppose.
but it gives like was it the other day I was watching a video about the airsoft zombie thing. That's all over Facebook. And I said, oh, that's pretty interesting, a little new little thing. And then I was like, wait, isn't there like a shooter game like that? And it's like, yep. But yeah, I mean, those are my like games to look out for right now. It's the Biomutant, maybe Anthem. It's like a 45% chance I might get it. I don't know. I'm still so hard.
Man, if I'm gonna drop, if I'm dropping full price on a game, I gotta know what I'm getting into, and I just can't with Anthem.
Yeah, that's one of my things too. It's a new ISP, so I'm like, and then I'm waiting for a sale on Red Dead Redemption 2 to get it. It's just something I could pick up and play for a long time and not have to solo queue and
Yeah,
yell at my computer.
yeah.
I'm in
I
it for
mean,
the story. That's all I'm in it for.
if I had the money, I'd be dropping money on Ace Combat right now because I mean I've been a fan since the second one back on the PlayStation.
I've never played any.
Oh, they're good.
Yeah,
They're at the
like
best flying war simulator you will ever play.
my my game taste is kind of like my movie taste because I like a lot of the older movies that you is like a staple. You have to watch it. I've never seen them, so it's kind of like some of the games are like staples, like Ace Combat. I've never played that. I never played any of the Mass Effects or any other like some sort of the staples.
Well, I'll tell you right now, if they ever bring it back, you will never hear from me for at least a year, and that's the Armored Core series.
Oh, dude, yeah, I played that. Like,
Oh, so
yeah, whatever happened to that? They just made it into the other anime thing.
yeah. Well, Armored Core 4 was the last, what I call a real release for it, because Armored Core 5 was a behind the shoulders joke.
Jeez. I I remember Mech Assault for the Xbox. Now it's a free to play game.
Yeah,
It's a free to play game now.
yeah. I mean, the closest I can get right now to Armored Core is Hawken,
Hmm.
and that's got it for me. I
Oh,
used to be huge for the mecha stuff.
speaking of which, I wonder how hard you would get if I mention one fighter game that I wish they would remake or make it brand new again. And that's Bloody Roar.
They did.
Recently they made it?
They redid Bloody Roar 2, yeah.
What? No, you're pulling my chain now. Is it good?
No, it's like Bloody Roar 2. They just updated it so that it'd work with modern stuff.
Because I've got the original in my room right now for Xbox. And
Yeah.
I wish I had an Xbox because I love that game. That's like my second favorite fighter game ever.
Yeah. No, I hear you. No, they updated it to work with modern stuff.
Bloody
So,
Roar
like,
PS. I see Bloody Roar PS2. There's PS3 and PSP. So it doesn't look like it's for PS4.
actually on Steam.
What the heck?
Uh,
I'm so sad. I can't even play it now that I want to. Yeah, I can't. It's the only bloody things coming up are zombies and a YouTube rock band thing. Yay. Man, that was one of my favorite fighter games. I'm not sure which one I have. I'll have to send you a picture of it later. Anything else that
Bloody hold on. Bloody Roar 2 released on Steam.
Yeah, I see it on the PlayStation right now. It's for PS3 and PSP. I think I have the other one, the Extreme.
Oh, that crap show. Okay.
I'm not sure.
That was like Rainbow Edition for Street Fighter.
Yeah, it's Bloody Roar Extreme.
Gotcha.
So, what was so bad about that?
It just took a lot of the components and made it too sensitive. I guess would be the right phrasing.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, I got a 61.
What else you saying?
I said that was it. I said it got a 61 from Metacritic. So that should tell you something.
Yep. Nah, man, I could go on for days and days about fighting games.
I know you could. That's why you're a fighting game expert. I'm only Soul Calibur guy, but you don't like Soul Calibur. It's been a long week for me, man. It's only going to get longer because it's the end of the month. Oh.
Yep.
I wish we could have had more people that stayed longer, but, that's the dad life, guys. You gotta get what you can get in before the kids wake up.
Yep. Pretty much. Especially on a weekend when we finally get some time to ourselves. It's like, okay, we're good.
And then you're not.
Exactly, because when the kids wake up and then
they either have a bad dream.
No.
Yeah, it's always, especially like growing pains, and you have to explain what growing pains are, and they're like, yeah, they don't like that at all.
Oh yeah, I hear that. We're hitting. My son has seizures. I told you before, eh?
Yeah.
Well, we're hitting our negative degree Arctic chill coming down. He had a seizure yesterday, so he's been out of it all day, and
yeah,
it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna deal with you the best I can today, and he's been passed out since 6.
Yeah, I mean, I went to my son's school this morning because he's at his mom's for this weekend, and it was like pretty chilly. I think it was like 50 degrees, and he's not used to it. He's lived in Florida, and like he was cold. I was like, man, you need to get a bigger coat on. But he was all happy to see me, and I gave him a Pop-Tart, and he's been having some issues at school, but I can't really get too angry about talking and having fun with kids.
Yeah. No, right now it's -11.
You need to move down here, buddy. I'm telling you. You would love Florida. Because it doesn't get any colder than 30 here. Because right now it's 44 degrees.
If I moved anywhere, it'd be more north.
What? Dude, seriously, these ads need to go away. Like, so bad. Because I opened up the, what is it called? It's not Internet Explorer. It's Microsoft Edge. And,
I'm sorry.
Well, it's better than Chrome right now. But there is an ad on my feed for DisplayPort HDMI cables. Which, let me tell you, that's the biggest ripoff. Do not go to the store for those things. Holy crap. I went to Best Buy, and they only have a 6-foot cable, which cost me $40. And it's not threaded, and it's not gold-plated. So I was like, okay. And I'm like, wait a second. Went to Walmart, they have an adapter for HDMI to DisplayPort. Okay. That was like $24. I'm like, what the hell? I go on Amazon. I found a 6-foot threaded, gold-plated HDMI to DispPort for like $10. I'm like, sold.
Yep.
I'm like, I didn't know until the other day when I was talking to you what the hell the display port was. But I've got 4 of them on the back of my computer, so guess what I'm getting for a tax return? 4 more TVs.
Well, we're hitting about the end of it, so anything you want to go over before we wrap up?
Honestly, there's not a whole lot that's happened this week. Even a couple of podcasts I listened to otherwise, there was actually nothing new coming up. Everybody's getting ready for Resident Evil 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3 and Ace Combat came out. So other than the Gearbox lawsuit, there wasn't really big scandals going on.
No, the only other one is Activision is now being sued.
But is it now confirmed or is it still an allegation?
Oh yeah. They have 2 I think 1 class action and 1 regular lawsuit against them now because of the Bungie split and supposed insider trading. But we talked about that almost to length that was going to happen.
Yeah. We already saw and caught that coming in.
Oh, yeah. Anyone could see that one.
I wonder how they're going to stay afloat. They'll probably do the business good.
Only if they had a multi-million-dollar game that came out every year.
Yeah. Only because people still buy it for some reason. All right, guys, that's going to be it for us today on this podcast, episode 2. Catch us next week, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 9 p.m., excuse me. We'll be in the lobby having our little discussion at 8. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the podcast, episode 3 next week. We might have some new dads coming in to chime in for us. Other than that, my name is Nightmare. Mike.
And Mikey.
Mikey's always the fighter game expert. We'll be here next week. Thank you guys for coming in.
Talk to y'all later.
Bye.